Testing, testing. Okay, there we go. The mic input got changed for some reason, but good now. Okay. Okay, let's do these deliveries. No double delivery coming up. No. Okay. Oh, more dung dung and weeds here. Is Tango good today? What's up, Raul? Is Tango good today? Yeah, that's fine. Farouk. Okay, so this one's kind of tough, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay. Okay, so it's this one. There we go, there's one. The free earn crypto. You should make a proposal video to make more use of artichoke. Nah, like I told you, the devs know that there isn't much use for artichoke. They'll make changes. Like, all of the new crops don't really have much of a use outside of the lava pit. Artichoke has the least amount, but they all need more uses. Okay, so we're just looking for that last one. Okay, there we go. Easy. Thank you is here. Got a lot of those shovels back that I just used. $12 blades. What's up? Okay. Fried tofu. This one's cheap. Do this one. I think artichoke should be used to feed animals. No, probably not. There's no real reason why they would change it from the current stuff. That would be a bad choice, in my opinion. It would be like changing the recipes of like currently made food just for no real reason. Another hit point too, we're cooked. It is getting very expensive. I wonder if the devs will actually like ever do anything about it. Like, I'm sure at some point they'll do something, like they will eventually like add more boost for leather or something. But I don't know. They just added, like, I was one of the people being like, animal products need like more uses. But then they added like 5 uses all at once. They added it to cleaning. They added it to... This one's still not working, right? Oh, it is working. They fixed it. They finally fixed crops and chickens. Yeah, they added it to cleaning. They added it to drills. They added it to dolls. Maybe it wasn't 5. Maybe it was just 3. But it was a lot all at once. Whoops. What's wrong with artichoke? There's just not much use for it.
Greetings!
Thank you for the follow. I don't know who it was, but thank you for the subscription. It should pop up. Ali, thank you for the subscription. Abduce. Biggest story of the day is that they fixed crops and chickens. It's been like weeks that wasn't working. Just an FYI, guys, I won't have any streams this weekend. I don't think. I'm supposed to be out of town on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm just going to be pretty busy. I suppose I could technically stream Friday night, which is technically Saturday in-game, but... then where should the artichoke needs to be used in your opinion? I think they just need to rework food. Food is like kind of messed up right now, and it just needs to be completely like redone. Instead of leather, drills should need wool. No, drills shouldn't need wool. Leather makes sense in drills because like the handle could be like leather, whereas like wool just doesn't make any sense. Abdelm. Wool should have just been used more in dolls. Like the problem is that like dolls are like 5 wool and 4 leather. It could have easily been like 8 wool and 1 leather, or like 6 wool and 3 leather or something like that. And then like the actual dolls themselves, like the advanced dolls, could have used more wool as well. I don't know. There was just like more ways to incorporate wool, and then they made the Moo doll require like 70 leather instead of like having a doll require like 70 wool or something. I don't know. They just went like way too hard in leather, sorry. But drills using leather makes sense. Drills using wool does not make sense. I don't know if it should be in 10 wool, but it does make sense for leather to be used in drills. I think I'll have to pass on doing Tywin, Timmy, and Jester deliveries. They cost 0.45. Shaking my head, I'm only doing 0.15 per bracelet, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. If you aren't going for like the top items, then skipping deliveries makes sense. Arigato. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Okay, those are done. What's Peggy asking for today? Oh, actually, she's actually asking for apple juice, which is pretty cheap. Do that. Here we go in the bud chest today. And we got Warty Goblin Pumpkin. Those are actually being sold in the limited tab right now. What are they being sold for? 4? I'll put one up for 4. I put one up at the start of the week for like 9. 4 point what? 4.04? 404? Price not found. Gold. Taking all my flowers again. Yeah, drill cost is crazy. High amount. Gotta keep my farm self-sustained. 2 expands left for volcano. Yeah, so I made the video about leather coming to oil drills like a week before. Where are the? There it is. Like a week before the chapter went live. And at the time it was like, I don't know, like what, a 7% difference in cost. But now if we like do the math again, let's see if I can find oil cost. Here it is. Leather is now up to like what, 0.2? So it's actually like double the cost. The current cost of drills is like double the previous cost. Crazy. Garbage bin hat use. It increases the amount of tickets you get from deliveries, chores, and bounties. Bordeaux's asking for gumbo. I think this one's like fine. Yeah, it's like break even, whatever. Did you see the new doll recipes on SFL World? Yeah, some of them are crazy. But like those ones, I don't know. Those ones aren't going to be used in like deliveries and stuff, so I don't really understand the point of it. Honey one? I don't know what you're asking. Funny thing is, I hoarded like 80-ish drills right after you dropped the vid. Kind of wish I bought 500. Yeah. Or if you just bought leather, right? Okay, so if you help me and then DM me, I will help you back. Even though helping is getting very expensive now. With the increased cost of leather, helping like costs like 0.4 flour now. When it started, it was like 0.3 or something. I know Farouk's here, and I'm pretty sure he helped me. I don't remember if I helped him back. I did not. I think dolls should not include it in deliveries. I don't know. I think I disagree about that. Because like if they were only bounties, then it wouldn't take up much time. And then so like there's boosts even this chapter. There's the architect ruler and there's Soul and Luna, which reduce the crafting time the time of this box, whatever. So like those need to do something. And if dolls were just like super easy to get, then it would be like the previous chapter where the crafting box was just like irrelevant. Drill cost affects the game so much. If the average player base loses interest for Volcano, the price for everything will crash because they will just cash out. I mean, you could be right. I don't know. I can't really comment on that. It's been so long since like I was going through Desert. I would need to like be playing an account that was doing it. But previously, the restriction for Desert, like getting through Desert, was basically just time. But now it's like time and cost. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Okay, no tank use here, so I'll help you back. Is there anyone else who is here who helped me? Why? Oh, am I still here? Am I back? Hello? I think I'm back. Did it disconnect there for a second? That was weird. Okay, I don't know. It's my OBS like crashed there for a second. I don't know. Hello? Hello? I think it's working. I'm on Desert Island, and before the price for Volcano was around 2,000 for food and expansion. Now it's almost doubled. Yeah, I mean, it's super expensive. Like, but the thing is, it's like, if you think that's expensive, wait until you get to the Volcano. It's even more expensive. These costs aren't going to be quite correct because it calculates the P2P cost of Obsidian. And if you get it yourself, it's like far cheaper. But Volcano Island is way more expensive than Desert Island. Like, I don't know, 3 times the cost, 2 times the cost. You just helped my farm, Humbert. Let me refresh. Humbert. I don't see. Am I not following you? Maybe I'm not following you. Just a sec. Bert. Is it you in game? Let's follow you. There we go. Okay. Any idea about the pet concepts in next chapter? What do you mean? There's like a proposal about it on GitHub. When was this last update? 3 days ago? Yeah, there's like a pet proposal here on GitHub that you could check out. What do you mean besides that? I see you have a donkey today too. Yeah, they gave us a second pet. I thought I had this yesterday, but maybe you weren't here yesterday, or maybe I got it after the stream. I don't know. But yeah, they gave us a second pet. I guess I'll play a bit of the potion house. I'm kind of low on gems, or sorry, coins. But I could always sell more stuff to the treasure shop. Okay, so we're just going to be guessing here. So we're going to get white here, maybe orange here, pink and blue. I don't know. It's all over the place. Oh, we got it. I mean, can you explain shortly how it'll work? Okay. So you're going to get a pet. You're going to feed it with the various foods it asks for. So like you're going to be able to feed it every X amount of hours. It's going to level up as you feed it. It's good when you feed it, you're going to be able to send it out on these deliveries to get you either like they're like different pet materials, these new materials that are being introduced. And as you level it up, you'll get different like boosts. So like you'll get cooldown reduction on it. You'll get chance of bonus resources. And these resources that you get from sending your pet out can be used for let's see, faction. So it could be used to craft these shrines, and the shrines can give various limited boosts. They'll be like totems or like hourglasses, where they're like temporary boosts that boost various things. So yeah, those can be made with the acorns and the various materials that the pets bring back. And then the shrines that you craft, I don't know if it's going to be the shrines, but anyways, these pet materials or the shrines will be used in various things like bounties, faction requests. Essentially, like, yeah, you feed the pet every X amount of hours, 8, 12 is not fully determined yet, and you play fetch with it, and it gives you these pet materials, and those pet materials will be used for temporary buffs as well as be used in like deliveries and stuff. Okay, so orange, blue, black, green. Easy. And the different kinds of pets can bring back different things. There are supposed to be 7 different NFT pets and 20 different common pets. The common pets, you'll be able to get like 1 per chapter, and the NFT pets will be through auctions, and will be through auctions. And the NFT pets have like certain bonuses, like they have auras, I guess. They follow you around in the plaza. They can be traded. I don't know if the common ones can be traded or not because the information on that has changed. It says you can't there, but it also implies that you can here. Volcano is expensive, but the economy is afloat because the players on Desert try to expand to Volcano. If they lose interest, it's a matter of time for a marketplace crash. I mean, I guess you could say that's true. Like, that's not true, but like, you could say the same thing about like, I mean, that's like saying like, yeah, if a third of the players quit the game, then the marketplace would crash. But you could say that about anything, though, right? Like that is true, but it's also like, yeah, obviously. Is it confirmed that pets will be introduced next chapter? Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed. They have this proposal up for chapter 12, and like 2 of the quote unquote like guaranteed things, I guess, are the pets and the obsidian updates, and then they might do like one of these other things as well. Okay, so yellow goes here, black goes here, and we'll just put blue in the other 2 slots. Okay. Okay, so pink. Okay, I'm just gonna do black in all the other slots. This one could be pink. We don't know. That one's 50-50. It was pink. Okay. Okay, so we have sorry. Pink, and we'll just put green in both these slots. Nice. The difference is they will just sell and buy minimal stuff. When active players just don't interact. One is a net negative and one is just 0. Yeah, I mean, like you're not, like I said, you're not wrong. But like the same could be said about like people on Spring Island too, right? Like if people on Spring Island just don't want to get to Desert Island, then they aren't going to. If people on Volcano Island don't want to get to the next whatever Swamp Island is going to be, then that's going to be bad too. But like the cost is higher than it was before, but like the cost on the Volcano Island is higher than on Desert Island. So like with the same logic, why would anyone want to get to Swamp Island? the thing would be though is like if the cost on Desert Island is too high, either they have two options. They could either lower the cost or they could incentivize the higher islands more, right? Like they could increase the tax on Desert Island. Like because there's like a big jump, right? Like it's you can't sell on Basic Island, and then on Spring Island, so like with VIP it cuts in half. But on Spring Island it's 50%. On Desert it jumps all the way down to 20, and then on Volcano it's 15. So like they could change this. They could make it like 50, I don't know, 30, and then like keep this at 15, right? Like there could be like less of a jump if they want to incentivize people to get to Volcano. Like so they have, like they could reduce the cost or they could just increase the tax here. I don't know if they're gonna do anything or whatever, but like, wow, nothing. Okay, so green here, blue here, and this is either green or blue. Oh, it was green. That's enough of that for now. Spend a ton of coins. Like essentially, like the incentive to getting to Volcano has to be worth it for the people on Desert. There's various ways they could do that, obviously. The problem with like comparing the prices using SFL World is that the prices aren't really accurate. Like the price of oil isn't accurate. The price of obsidian isn't accurate. So I don't know exactly the costs to get through Desert and Volcano. But like I said, if you're worried about the price to get through Desert, the price of Volcano is like much worse. So like everything you're saying is technically true, but it would also apply to Volcano, right? And yet people are still trying to get through Volcano. Like I said, nothing you're saying, nothing you're saying is wrong. It's just, it also applies to any portion of the game. It might be applying to Desert more right now, just because the costs specifically on Desert. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Like the costs on Desert are going up a lot, but all those same costs apply to Volcano too, because every Volcano expansion also needs oil, right? So like everything you're saying about Desert Island also applies to Volcano. Plus, Obsidian needs oil in one of the seasons, in every 4 seasons. So like I said, if you think the Desert Island is expensive, Volcano has all the exact same problems, except it's just more expensive. Like the oil required to get through Desert is 3,500. Oil required to get through Volcano is 4,600, plus all the oil that goes into making the obsidian. No, I don't think the game will crash either. With that being said, I do notice like less interest on my videos over the past, I don't know, couple of weeks. Like basically since this chapter started, I do notice less interest. Oh, my cat's here. One of them is. I do notice less interest in the game, I guess. The cost of Desert 24 to 25 is almost the exact same as Volcano 1 to 12. Yeah, I mean, that's probably pretty true. The last few expansions in Desert do cost a lot of oil. But like there's things in the game that like help with that now. Like before we didn't have like when I was going through Desert Island, we didn't have skills. So like there aren't that many skills that really help with oil, but like oil extraction helps a bit. You could go for oil be back, which I mean means you could go through it quicker, although it'll still have like you'll still have to pay for the expensive drills. Grease lightning. Yeah, I mean the cost has gone up a lot. I don't know, like I said earlier in the stream, I don't know if they'll actually change anything about it in the short term, or if they'll just like let it be and add more leather boosts later on. I'm not sure. Sometimes the devs can be a little stubborn in their, let's say, decision-making process. Like once they've decided on one thing, they're kind of like, oh, that's good enough. For example, well, the leather in general is one example. Another example are like the requirements for these cooking pots. A lot of people think that the costs are slightly too high. I think they could be reduced by like 20%. So like this could be 8, this could be 40, and this could be 400 instead of the current cost. I also think that the cheers or the helps required for the third cooking pot should be much higher so that people aren't going through it as quickly, and so that it's more in line with the other two. But like the devs are kind of like, they haven't like explicitly said this, but it feels like once they're like kind of happy with the way things work, they're just like done with it and they just move on to the next thing. Another example would be, I just had something in my mind. What was it? Oh, the dolls. The dolls. A lot of people are complaining about the cost of the dolls. They're like, why does the Cluck doll only need feathers and not like full-on cushions? Why does the Woolly doll need just merino wool and not merino cushions? And then why does the Moo doll need hardened leather, like the advanced one, and not regular leather? Like there's like no real consistency. I think you see it in a whale's perspective and try to invest in the future. The average player cares about now and the near future. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Like I said, you're like everything you're saying is correct. But the problem is like everything needs a use. And leather didn't have any use for a long time. I think this is an extreme now. I think something should change. I think leather is fine in the drills. I don't know if 10 is the correct number. Maybe 5 would have been correct. Or alternatively, reduce the amount of leather used in like dolls. Like I was saying, make the Moo doll just require regular leather instead of hardened leather. Make the base doll require like 1 leather instead of 4 or something. There's many ways you could change this, and I do think it is an extreme right now, but I do think making sure leather has like its own use case is like the correct thing to do. And I think using it in drills makes sense because like you can imagine a drill having like a leather handle, so that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that the cost of leather has gone up like a crazy amount, and like it's gone up, like it was like 0.3 or so, give or take, like at the start of August, like 2 weeks ago, and it's gone up like 6x in that time. Can you explain the trick to capture Radiant Ray? So there's no like guaranteed way to do it, but the way you have to do it is you have to have exactly three orange trees growing. But like I said, it's still not guaranteed. Yeah, it is an extreme change, but they were trying to add a use case for leather. Hopefully another leather boost will be introduced. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will. I'm sure more leather boosts will be introduced, but the problem is that like the earliest that gets introduced is like 3 months from now. Like they probably aren't gonna, Like, there's no other way for them to do it, like, before then, really. So that's a long time of just, like, the price going, like, exponential. I'm sure it'll, like, peak at some point. Like, I'm surprised, like, it's gone up this much this quickly. Um... Oh, well, I don't mind the use case stuff, but I was just talking about the average player mindset about how it could affect the economy. When will the crims and gold used as obsidian requirement go live? When will the crims and gold used obsidian requirement go live? Are you talking about the thing that Elias posted about like a week ago or something? Where was it? We'll be making a minor change to the lab pit requirements for autumn season. Instead of requiring a royal ornament, it will now require 5 gold and 4 crimstone. Is that what you're talking about? Because if you're talking about that, it's already live. It should be growing or just planted. It doesn't matter either way, they're growing or grown. As far as I know, it doesn't matter. As long as they're like planted, it doesn't. I don't know if it matters if they're growing or have grown. I think it's this. I think it's the same. Also, the remaining plots should be empty, or does it matter? No, the other plots can have stuff in them, but you just want 3 orange trees growing exactly, not more than that. Yeah, man. I too have to rethink my strat. I was going for top items in auction, but I gotta stop. L leather is crazy, and I need them more than ever. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Um, 1 second. Wait. Whoops. Playlist. Sorry. Yeah, that's the one. Dang, I thought I was gonna drive Crim. So it didn't actually change anything. It changed it from a royal ornament to the royal ornament costs. So it just changed it from using actually a royal ornament to using 5 gold and 4 crimstone. And the reason why they did that is because lava swimwear reduces the cost in the lava pits by 50%, and you can't have half a royal ornament. So they just changed it to the actual materials rather than to using a royal ornament. Okay, you got a balanced piece, Delm. Thank you for the clarification. By the way, how much resources worth in USD would have you invested to catch marine marvels? I have no idea. I've tried for every... I have no idea. But the answer is I'm giving up trying to catch the marine marbles because I don't think it's worth it anymore. I saw on Telegram and a lot of players are struggling with the changes. I don't really know how many people do every task, but maybe you could get away with not doing the expensive ones. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely not do the expensive ones and still get like something from the auctions. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for me for today. Like I said, no streams on the weekend because I have a lot of plans and I'll be busy. I also have videos coming out though. I should, hopefully. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone, and have a good day.